if your skincare regimen is holding you against your will and holding your wallet against its will.
Hey family and friends, thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my favorites for the month of June. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and it's down there. Hit the notification bell. Let's get started. So what we're going to start with are cleansers for my skin. I have a daytime routine and a nighttime routine. Each routine offers something different for my skin based on what I need. So I'll start with my daytime skin cleansers. So I have this Tatcha Camellia cleansing oil. I really love this. I have been going on a journey back to Tatcha. I used to be a religious Tatcha purchaser about 2 years ago. I love the mission that they have with educating young girls, but let's keep it for real. Tatcha is expensive. You are spending money on Tatcha. And so I took a break from it because I always felt like there had to be, other products for reasonable prices. And there are some products that I still believe can replace some of those Tatcha staples that I had, and there are some that cannot. So with the Camellia cleansing oil, I do feel like this is one of those Tatcha products. I have been loving it this month. I'm understanding why I loved it so much back then. Do I think in the very near future I will repurchase it in a full size? Maybe. I do have a oil cleanser that I will link in the description that is a lot cheaper, that I think works just as good and gives similar results. But I do love to use this to break down makeup and sunscreen and grime and oil off of my face. And as much as I'm saying that I'm not understanding the value or I'm not understanding the price, I consistently keep going back to it over my other cleansing oils. So this has been a favorite of mine. Is it a necessity? No, but I definitely love this product. After I go in with that, I go in with my Tatcha Deep Cleanse. Now this was a holy grail for me a few years ago. I would say around 2019, and I swore by this. I took a break to try some other things, and after using this, I'm starting to see why I never wanted to give it up, and I'm never going to give it up again. So I will continue to buy this. As soon as this is over, I'm buying the full size. I'm never giving this up ever again. Shame on me. Shame on you for not getting it. Now, there are some dupes out there for a more reasonable price than this for a full size. I will link that below, but I really love this, and I will definitely be repurchasing the Tatcha Deep Cleanse. It has these little micro inclusions that are biodegradable, and this has fruit enzymes, so it gives you a chemical cleanse or a chemical exfoliation, as well as it gives you that physical exfoliation to really feel like you're getting your skin clean. And it's all suspended in kind of a gel medium, so I really love that. And chef's kiss, nothing gets better than this. I absolutely love it. 10s across the board for Tatcha cleansing deep cleanser. Along with the Tatcha, in the morning I do my fresh soy face cleanser. So I really love this soy face cleanser. It is a gel cleanser. It has amino acids and as well as fruit acids in it to essentially do the same thing. Gives you a very light chemical exfoliation that is natural and that is a clean brand. Fresh is a clean brand, and I love it because this gives you that clean feeling without making your face like it's not tight. Like you really feel like you can still move your face and you're not cracking. No face cracks of the century using this, and I love this product. And this is my morning holy grail. These two together, and then I use this, I really use this at night, but I just wanted to put it with the Tatcha because it just kind of went together. So for my nighttime routine, after I use that Tatcha cleansing oil I talked about, I absolutely love the Kiehl's Clearly Corrective Brightening and Exfoliating Daily Cleanser. This is about my fourth or fifth product or bottle of this. I can't get enough of it. It also has, similar to Tatcha, those micro inclusions that are biodegradable and good for the environment, as well as this helps brighten and clear the skin. Any dark marks you may have, it corrects those, and it just brings a really nice even tone. Previously to using this, I think I found out about this in 2018. And so before using this, whenever I would get like small breakouts, I never really had acne, but whenever I would get small breakouts, they would leave kind of dark marks. Ever since I've been using this, I never really get those anymore. And this has like really changed, you know, the trajectory of my skin. And I use this at night. I used to use it day and night, but I found at night it gives it more time for those wonderful ingredients like white birch and pearl stone to really kind of work at your skin, and I love this. So I usually pair this with the Salicylic Acid Cleanser from the INKEY list. This is a very light gel, and it has salicylic acid, which is a beta hydroxy acid. And if you know skincare talk, you know beta hydroxy acids are imperative for clearing out blemishes. They get under the epidermis and into those pores and clean your skin from the inside out. And this is why I absolutely love salicylic acid. This is another product that I buy like 2 or 3 at a time, because I usually use one for my face, and I have one that I put with my body washes to use on my body, because I used to get acne really bad. But before I started using the salicylic acid cleanser, once I started using this, acne gone, back clear, smooth, baby soft. What is acne? I've never heard of it. This is one of those products. So these two together on my face, and just this mixed with my regular body care, has been a game changer for me. And this is a holy grail. I've been going to it a lot because I live in Florida. It's really hot and I've been sweating. You're wearing workout clothes. All of those clothes are trapping bacteria on your skin, and this has really saved my skin, face and back. So I love this, and these are my skincare faves. Moving on to my essences and serums. So I have a ton of serums. I am a skincare junkie, but I decided to really focus on one of those, and that is the Klear's Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Solution. This is in the same set, or the same line as the Clearly Corrective cleanser that I showed for my nighttime routine, but I do use this day and night. And so what this does is it's clinically demonstrated to help correct dark spots and discoloration for visible correction and clarity. And this also is kind of like just an amplifier to that cleanser. The cleanser is kind of a catalyst for this to really do its job. I will say this is a bit pricey. This bottle, which is the largest bottle that they have, is 3.4 fluid ounces. I want to say they have a bottle bigger than this, but I could be wrong. But I want to say this was $140. I'll put the right price in the description box so that you can check it out. But it is definitely worth it. I have seen such a huge difference in my skin. Why I got such a big one is because I was going through these so fast, because I use it day and night. I really needed a bigger bottle just to kind of like, I don't have to keep going to the store. Another thing that I love about Kiehl's is they do have like an upcycle program. So for every 10 empty Kiehl bottles that you bring in, you get points, and once you hit your 10th one, you get a free full-size item, as well as all of those wonderful, wonderful samples that Kiehl's tends to give. As far as toners go, I've been using the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner. I love this because it gets your skin extremely clean. I pat it on at night. I don't rub. I pat after I do all of my cleansing, and it just really gets my skin clean without it feeling dry, cracky, like I have to over moisturize. It gets you clean and it gets you hydrated, and it's just a good balance it's a good pH balance for your skin. This is definitely worth the money. I will continue to buy this, and it's been a fave that I've gone back to consistently. As far as essences are concerned, so I've been using the Tatcha essence. Now this is on my faves list for the month. As much as I want to tell myself I can't justify spending the money for the full bottle of this, I keep using it. I keep going back. It works. It is literally one of my now favorite essences. It is very expensive, the full size. So what can you do? Well, I have a dupe for you that I know works just as well, and that is the Peach and Lily Wild Dew Treatment Essence. This and the Tatcha work very similar to each other. They even kind of have similar structure, but obviously this is a full size and this is not. So I believe I will be repurchasing the Tatcha Essence in a full size, but I may just save it for my nighttime routine where I have more time to let my body absorb the wonderful nutrients that are in here, versus the Peach and Lily. I'll more than likely keep using this in the daytime because eventually I'm gonna sweat and it may not hold up as long since I'll be more than likely going out. But I do love this Peach and Lily, and it's a great dupe for Tatcha. This is on my faves, but this is definitely a lifetime fave, and it's a great dupe for the Tatcha. So I would recommend both of these if you can get your hands on them. So next I kind of have a supporting role skincare category, and that is just things that you would use. You know, it's a part of your skincare or body care, but it's more of a supportive role, not a main player. I believe deodorant is a main player, but nobody talks enough about deodorant. Now, like I said, I live in Florida. It's hot, it's humid, you're sweating all the time, you're always outside. Floridians love being outside, and especially now, it's hurricane season, it's hot and muggy. There's an old saying in the South, it's not the heat that'll get you, it's the humidity. And they are so right. So one thing that's very important is a very great deodorant. Now, just to be very open and honest, when I was younger and going through puberty, I had the hardest time with my underarm odor. I would sweat so much, it would smell terrible, and a lot of like standard deodorants and antiperspirants, they had all these weird scents and textures, and it just never worked with my body chemistry. So it would be like funk on top of like flowers and it would just smell worse. So I used to have to do things like get prescription drugs from the doctor to make me stop sweating, but then I would get like bumps under my arms that were really, really painful because my pores were clogged. I would get acne across my forehead because it doesn't just stop you from sweating in one place, you stop sweating everywhere. Then I got Botox under my armpits, and when I got older, and then I was just thought to myself, there has to be a better way, something more natural. So I went on the search for a deodorant, and I just so happened to see the Drunk Elephant Sweet Pity deodorant cream in Sephora like 2 years ago, and I didn't know what to think of it. It said it was pH balanced, it had mandelic acid and arrowroot. So I thought, you know, what the heck, I'll try it. The worst thing that can happen is that it doesn't work. I tried it and oh my God, I can't live without it. I buy this by the 2s and 3s. I always have one open and I always have 2 on backup because I'm afraid there might be a time when I run out and then I go to the store and they don't have it or they're sold out. It's a bit more on the pricey side. It's $16, but for me, that is like the best $16 because I literally have not found a deodorant that does what this does. It literally stops your odor. Now, it doesn't necessarily stop you from sweating. I'm okay with sweat because it's a natural function that our body does to cool us down and get rid of toxins. So it's really important that we sweat, but I'm not okay with funk and nastiness. $16, a bit pricey, but it's definitely worth it. So another things that I buy in the 2s and 3s and sometimes 4 is the Tatcha Kissu Lip Mask. Although it is a lip mask, they say you should use it before you go to bed. I use this as just my everyday lip balm / chapstick. It's not thick. It is very like jelly, very light and wonderful. So I keep 2 of these open at any given time, one in my car, one in my purse, and then I have about 3 brand new ones in these boxes that I keep in my beauty tower, which is behind me. You can't see it. I keep that in my beauty tower so that I never run out, and whenever one's empty, I can always just go get the other one. And I'm down to, I think, 2 unopened boxes, so I need to re-up on like 3 more. But here's what the box looks like. And again, I love Tatcha because it is a brand that with each purchase, you are helping a young girl get her education. It's a nice little like rice paper thing. Each one comes with this wonderful gold spatula, and it's very luxurious how you put it on. I'm so mad. I'm real mad I'm opening this one up because it's brand new. I don't like opening my brand new ones if I don't have to. But I'm not gonna actually open the the actual container because I have one of my opened ones right here, and it's halfway done, as you can see, and it's like, I'll probably do a close-up, but it's a really jelly-like texture. It's really soft. It's not greasy at all. It just goes on your lips like butter, and it is the best. I buy these so often, so this is a perfect one. And those are like my little miscellaneous. I recommend those. Those are necessities. I don't even have dupes for these. Just get them. So the next category is body care. I use a lot of things on my body, but these are just a few because of the summer months that I've really been enjoying. And that is my Dr. Bronner's Lavender Pure Castle Soap. I love this. It is the best. It gives your body a really deep clean. And I usually bathe 3 times in the shower. So this is the first wash that I go in with because I know it will get everything off of me. And then I usually go in the other 2 times with something a little bit less harsh, like maybe a Dove soap, or I've been using a wonderful black-owned brand of bar soap that I'll use, and it just adds a little bit of hydration. But this is always the first wash. I love the lavender and I love the peppermint, I believe the peppermint one. I love both of these, and I usually use the peppermint in the morning and the spearmint at night because aromatherapy winds you down, and I can't live without this stuff. Another thing that I really can't live without are these loofah towel things. When I get in the shower, it just sloughs off all of the dead skin. I just get everywhere, not your face and not your sensitive areas. This is not for that, but all on my arms, my legs, my appendages. I just get all of that, and my skin is really soft. So like I said, I bathe 3 times in the shower. The first time I bathe, I use the loofah gloves. So that way I can get in all the nooks and crannies of my body, like a really thorough clean with the Dr. Bronner's. Then on my second cleanse, I do this loofah towel, and it's still very abrasive, but you know, just not as precise as the gloves. And it just kind of gives me a nice little, nice little extra clean. This has been a favorite in the summer months. You're hot, you're sweaty. I just want to get all that nastiness off of me. And I have been loving my loofahs, and I've been doing this for a while, so it's not like it's new, but this is definitely my fave. And lastly, for lotion, especially in June in the hot summer months, I want a lotion that is moisturizing, but it's light and not heavy and making me feel sticky and gross. And so this Teal's body lotion with the coconut oil, Dr. Teal's, it is a lifesaver. The consistency is very light. It's very light and almost like emollient type, and it just goes into your skin, and it's like it doesn't sit on top of your skin. Like there's no thought to it. It's just it feels like milk. It feels like a thick buttermilk that you're rubbing all over your body, and when you're done, you just feel good. And what I like is, because it's hot here in Florida, you don't want to put on thick lotions during the daytime like you would, in the winter months when your skin is a little drier. So you still ain't walking around ashy and looking gray, but you're not sticky and with a really thick layer on you. And it also works good when you get out the shower at night to make you all moisturized and supple. Don't let your man get cut on your back now. Moisturize. Put some lotion on. Next is hair. So I have 2 hair product lines that I've been loving. I have been loving these new pattern scalp serum and treatment masks. This has been added to my wash day routine. This, after you've washed and conditioned your hair, it makes your hair feel really minty and like that breezy feeling. And it really does add moisture to your hair. It's a very light, watery gel kind of texture. I don't know if you can see it. I hope my light is picking up on it, but you can kind of see it in the bottle. Very light jelly, gel like texture, and it feels good. It tingles and it makes your hair very hydrated and wonderful. And then the second one is the pattern treatment mask. It says it's supposed to be for definition and curl elongation. To be honest, My curls just naturally, they are more defined, except for like I got rained on yesterday and I didn't wash my hair. So they're not that defined right now, but my hair tends to be more on the defined side. So to me, this really didn't elongate or define my curls, but what it did do is it did make my hair feel like I just got like a very mild protein treatment. My hair felt so strong, and not in a bad way, not like Afro-G, but it just felt strong. It felt hydrated. You will need to put on a conditioner or like some kind of cream after this. You don't want to just use this on its own because it is kind of drying, but it does help. And I have felt a really big difference. Like I've seen less breakage in my hair, and these two together on wash day, superb. My last two hair faves are my macadamia natural oil shampoo and cleansing moisturizing rinse. These two together are like, these are only things that I use to wash and condition my hair with. I love them. With the macadamia oil, it really adds nourishment. My hair is not dry. It does not strip my hair of any oils or nutrients that it needs. It's absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend these, and I will continue to use these forever until I find something better. But as of right now, I haven't found anything better. So here we are. Love these. The last two products that are more like body care and hygiene is my Moon Whitening Stain Removal Fluoride Toothpaste. I know people feel weird about fluoride, but my dentist told me to use fluoride, so that's what I'm gonna do. Mind your business, because this is my business and it's my mouth, and I'm gonna do what my doctor tells me to do. But for you, they do have a non-fluoride option that I also have, because I just wanted to test it out until my doctor told me that use fluoride, girl. So I do have the non-fluoride. Both work great. I have noticed a difference in my teeth. It is a wonderful product. I love it, and it's aesthetically pleasing. I think that may have drawn me to it more than it just being this superb product. But I really do love this, and I recommend it. And my Burberry Weekend perfume. This is like a very sweet floral perfume. It's not rose. I don't know what it is. It's like, I get hydrangea or something like that. I don't know the notes. Maybe I'll put the notes up here in the video somewhere or in the description box. And I like this because it's a very light fragrance that you can wear every day. It's very summertime. It's not heavy. But one thing that I love to do with this, I love to use this as a base fragrance. So what I'll do is, like, before I go out or before I put on like my main fragrances or like fragrances that I really like love and I want to stand out, I will put this down first, let it dry down, let it melt into my skin, and then I will go with another fragrance that's like a little sweeter or just something a little bit more playful, because I really found that this is a mature scent and it adds a lot of depth to other fragrances that you're using. A young Stephanie would not have liked this because she was into Juicy Couture and all of the really sweet, hip fragrances. But Stephanie that is grown and pay her bills, she loves this fragrance because it's like, yes, honey, I got bills to pay and I got places to go. And this is exactly what this is. So I really love this fragrance. I recommend it. So I love this, and I'm gonna spray some on me now. You get some too. Love this. Next, I'll just go into my favorite book that I was reading this month, and that is The Path Made Clear by Oprah Winfrey. This book is just a collection of small excerpts from some of her Super Soul Sunday chats with people like Jay-Z, T.D. Jakes, Eckhart Tolle, Cicely Tyson, just wonderful people from across all disciplines, where they have really insightful conversations, and she has it laid out in a fashion of you really trying to discover and tap into your purpose. And I've had this book since 2019, and every time I always feel like I'm getting in a rut or I'm getting stuck, I always refer back to this book and I just read through its chapters. And in the back, she kind of has like these little prompts where you can kind of go along and really create your own path and find out what that path is for you. And so I always go to this, and plus it's very beautiful. It's a great coffee table book, a great decorative book, but it definitely has more purpose than just being decorative. As you can see, I have like ink and stuff on it. I take this book with me places. I fly with this book and I always read it because there's always some source of information, and depending on where I'm at, I will process this information differently. So I definitely recommend you to read this book. It's July, read it in July. Read it whenever, but you definitely should pick this up at anywhere that books are sold, like Barnes and Nobles or your local Black owned bookstore. Definitely love this book. This is the second to last item. This are my Forever Moods candles by Jackie Aina. I adore these candles. These are my last two I'm down to, and this is my favorite. This is my second Matcha Business candle. The Left on Red, it had to grow on me. It definitely had to grow on me, and I'm still waiting for my next shipment, which is the Forever Moods, the Moods collection, the brown one. Whatever the brown ones are great. I love the Matcha Business. It has a wonderful undertone of like coffee and a little bit of vanilla. Oh, it smells so good. And this one is great too, the Left on Red. It's like a clean floral. It's definitely, I have to be in the mood to burn this, but I definitely love these candles. The only thing about the candles that I don't particularly like is that they soot fairly easily, even if you follow the care instructions like clipping the wick, putting the lid on, they're going to soot. So that is the only thing that I don't really care about it. But other than that, I love these and I will continue to burn these, and I will continue to support a Black woman's business and these wonderful scents that she has. These are my favorites. The last thing that I've been loving is monochromatic sets. I love a monochrome set. I'm wearing one now. I love wearing outfits that are all like the same color. It's very simple. It's really easy. I love natural and neutral colors. I rarely ever wear a lot of color. If I do, it's like a dusky pink mauve color, or maybe like a dusky blue, or like a mint green or a dusky green, like, you know, something like that within those families. But mostly it's very neutral, very black, brown. Pink mostly is the other color, but I love these outfits. The two places that I buy most of these from are Naked Wardrobe and Meshki. If you know any Black owned brands that sell kind of monochromatic stuff like that, drop a comment in the description box below so I can see it, so that I can shop from them. I'm really trying my best to move over to Black owned businesses and products. But what I'm wearing now is also an example of that. This is a long sleeve scoop neck bodysuit. Let me pull that up. This is a long sleeve scoop neck bodysuit from Naked Wardrobe. I also have the corresponding joggers to go with this, but it was kind of hot today, so I put it with my black Meshki shorts. They also have other monochromatic things like jumpers, like onesies and rompers and things like that. I'll insert some pictures of that as well. And I love playing these really basic outfits up with patterns and colors. So I usually get crazy with my accessories and not necessarily my base outfit. So I'm definitely loving that. And you know what? I think I'm gonna add one more. So the last and final one, I know I said that before, are Kiss press-on nails. Y'all, I have lived and thrived with press-ons. Other than a boo-boo on my hand, I kind of have like a cut on my pointer, but look at that. Look at these nails. You can't tell me that these weren't from a salon. And these are the Kiss acrylic French tips. So they're very beautiful. They have like a white tip, and then they have like a nice natural pink flush. These are legit, and these are actually old. So I've had these on for like a week and they're still going strong. They look a little worn, but nothing like bad. And so these Kiss press-on nails, I keep boxes of these around. I even have my mom doing it. So this is one that's like the natural. So they won't look like this. They'll probably look just like if you got acrylics done but didn't get any polish on them. That's probably what they would look like. But this is amazing. I love these nails. I hope it's not glaring. I love these nails. I love Kiss. I love the press-ons. I will continue to do that. And it's just very easy and very fun and easy for me to switch up my nails. Although I'm very simple, so you'll probably always see me with French tips. But it just is a very easy way to play up your nails without having to spend a lot of money at the salon. because going to the salon just is not something I like to spend my money on. So this is a good medium for me. A good way to meet in the middle, have nice hands on a budget, because I spend a lot of money on skincare. Help me. All right, family and friends, those are my June favorites. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble and rant about all the things that I love this month. I hope that you were able to see some things that you love and that you want to try. And if you have some dupes that I'm not privy to, drop them in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be notified when we have these powwows again, because you like talking to me. I like talking to you too. You better like talking to me or we gonna fight. And I don't want to have to fight my friends. Okay? Let's be friends and not have to fight each other because you didn't come back. All right, guys. So thank you so much. And I cannot wait to see you again next time. Bye.